Hey, Danny here from Songwriters International. Now in this video I'm going to walk you through the complete process from A to Z on how to write a song, but not just write a song. Have a great lyric that is also catchy melodically, that structurally makes sense for the genre that you're writing, and how to do it with the simplest strategy and process that makes songwriting easier and gets you a greater song out the other side. Now in a moment I'm going to take you over to my screen on my computer because that's where I start the songwriting process. I don't actually start it here very often. I don't start with chords. I don't start off by singing melodies or looking outside trying to find an idea. I start with a clear foundation that is concrete, that then allows me to write a song more efficiently with clear direction, and then most of the time to a higher quality. So we're going to actually jump over there now. Alright, so now we're over on my screen. What I like to do first and foremost, as I mentioned, I don't necessarily like to start with a guitar, piano, singing out melodies. I always like to start with idea first. Okay, get an idea, get a song title, a quote, a piece of headline news, whatever it may be, but actually start with something more concrete than just a random melody being sang. So here's the first lot of ideas. Now these are what we call 6-word stories. Just for the context of the video and for you watching, is they're not always 6 words. They could be 8, they could be 10, they could be 11, right? They don't always have to be 6 words, but they are basically short sentences, a short few words that give you a clear, concise story. Now let's go through some of these. We're lying in a bed, she's lying. We were strangers, friends, lovers, then lovers, friends, strangers. These are basically just little few words put together that tell a story. Wrong number says a familiar voice. Fantastic weekend, then she never called. Or spent rent money on tequila again. Or I crave you most before I sleep. Or nothing matters but somehow you did. But the one that I really like, and the one that I've built out for you to show you an example of this stuff, is I'm not a criminal. I wouldn't mistreat you. I think that is so powerful. As soon as I read this one before, it was just light bulbs in my head. And that's what these are designed to do. It's just create and give you that spark for the songwriting process. We also have a slightly unconventional way of finding ideas, but incredibly powerful, and these are horse names. Now, if you've ever seen any horse names, they are always very unique. If you look at some of these are all horse names that are incredibly unique. We've got Feels Like Gold, we've got Hidden Treasure, which I've written a song around that idea before. We've got Heaven's Devil, we've got 1 O'Clock Call, Possibly Me, Tiptoeing Round the House, Try Me Hot, Prescription, Turning Point, Tuxedo. Again, these are all incredibly unique, and all they are designed to do is give you that initial spark to want to start the songwriting process. Now another one here is headline news. So what I've done just before this video is I just searched headline news into Google, and I took a few words that I was seeing. For example, strike pain, or sweet turns salty, he was unforgettable, pictured in public. I was very close to actually writing a song around that. Action plan, world waits, dollar or dollars, pour in. These are all, like I say, just designed to give you that initial spark, give you something to write about. Now, what we would do with these ideas is once we found one that we like, we go into what we call the plan and preparation stage. Okay, and I'm going to walk you through this now. So we've got the idea, which is I'm not a criminal, I wouldn't mistreat you. And typically the plan and preparation stage is going to is lasting for 10 to 20 minutes for this process. Now, what this is designed to do is give you a clear roadmap of the song, and I'll be talking throughout this video about it almost being like a map of a car. When you get in a car and you drive that car and you have a map that gets you to your end location. This is a little bit like that. So what we've done here, we first of all find out what the point of the song is. What is the actual point of our song? What do we want to say? How do we want to say it? Who's in the story? Who's not in the story? How are we going to introduce them into the story? All of those things. We can even go a level further and we can actually talk about pronouns if we want to make sure we don't make the mistake of introducing people in. Are we using he? Are we using I? Are we using you? Those kind of things that we can just get clear on for the sake of our song. So in this particular case, we've taken I'm not a criminal, I wouldn't mistreat you. Now the point of the song is I. So we're talking from the I perspective, me, okay? I have a bad reputation and this female is very cautious and being told by those around her, we could even say friends, just to get super clear on that. Being told by those around her, friends, not to go near me as she will get hurt. Verse 1, we're going to tell the listener how the female is feeling, what she's thinking about me. Now, you could also change it and you could say about him. If we were actually getting clear on pronouns, we would have to change it here. He, and it would be, has a bad reputation. So just make sure that when you are going through this, you make sure that you are clear on what the pronouns are and who's in the story. But for this instance, we're just going to go with I. So I have. There we are. Awesome. Verse 1. Tell the listener how the female is feeling and what she's thinking about me. She's in two minds as to whether or not to give me a chance. So we're basically saying here in verse 1, like I say, the female doesn't know what to actually do. Should she give it a shot? Should she not? She's in two minds. Then we've got the pre-chorus we could be a little clearer with, right? Pre-chorus is me, promising to her I'm not going to be like I was in the past. Very simple. The chorus is then just going to kind of build on that line here. I'm not a criminal. I wouldn't mistreat you. Just trust me, right? And that's going to be the sentiment of the chorus. Very simple. Then we've got verse 2, which is showing her through my actions that her decision to give me a chance has not been a mistake and it's all been worth it. And there we have it. Now that took me about 10 minutes to do. Very, very simple. But now when I sit at the guitar, when I go to the piano, when I sing out an idea, I know exactly what direction I'm taking it in. Now, of course, we could possibly tweak this as we go and songwrite, and there might be little bits of the story that change and evolve. But on the most part, we're going to kind of keep to this. This is our foundation. This is our concrete base that then is going to allow us to write a song far easier with far better structure. Now, I also go a level further, and what I do is I get lyric ideas, okay? So what I will do is I will have a look at what my verse 1 is saying, and I'll say, okay, so it's about telling the listener how the female is feeling, what she's thinking, and I will just give myself some little ideas here. Don't listen to the words. Give it a shot. Let me be the one. In two minds. No man's land. Hold my hand. Put your faith in me. We could also have your friends are wrong. The words or the words that are whispered are not true. Right? And we're just giving ourselves almost a bucket of lyrics that we can just draw on if we do get stuck or we need some level of inspiration for the sake of our song. If we don't know what we're trying to say, or if we don't know what we're trying to deliver in a certain section, we can have a look. If we're feeling stuck on what to say, we can come into our bank of ideas and we can go ahead and just have a look to see if any of these fit. Now, I suggest for this about 5 to 10 minutes, just to give yourself a little bucket of ideas that you can draw on. Again, like I say, if you're stuck on what you want to say. Okay, so now you've seen how I actually take the idea, where I find those ideas, and then how I build it out with what we call our plan and preparation system. It's a little bit like driving a car. If you were driving a car to a new location, let's say 50 miles, maybe 100 miles from where you are today, you do not know how to get there. So what you do is you go on your phone, your laptop, on a physical map, and you look at the route that you need to take to get to that end destination. The songwriting process is the same. That's what we're doing here. We're starting at the start of the songwriting process with an idea. Then what we're going to do is we're building out that plan and prep, which is a little bit like our map to how to navigate the song. How to say this at this point, how then to transition and say something new by this point of the song and make songwriting so much easier. So now that I have those lyric ideas as well that I've shared with you, and how I just put some small ideas down to help me build out the song, I typically then go to my chords. I go to my guitar. I'm not going to play anything too fancy here for this particular example. You can keep this simple. You can play your G's, your D's, your E minors, your C's, anything that is simple that allows you to write the song the easiest way, because 9 times out of 10 the contrast that I want to focus on is going to come from the melody more so than it is the chord progression. Alright, so we're going to just start singing out some ideas and just see what it is we can actually come up with. I might start at the verse, I might jump over to the chorus and just see what it is that lights that spark for me. Won't you just give it a shot? Won't you just give it a shot? I don't know I've ever about. Cause I'm not a criminal. Oh, I like that, okay. I'm not the criminal. Okay, what I've done there, I was just singing out some ideas. I really like the I'm not a criminal. I feel like that's the chorus tagline. I feel like that's where we start the chorus. I'm not a criminal. Because that's what the song is centered around. That's what the initial idea was built on. And I really like that. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a criminal. I would do anything for you, 'cause that's just what I'll do. I'm not a criminal. I wouldn't do for you. Not a thing I wouldn't do for you. I'm not a criminal. Not a thing I wouldn't do for you. I like the start, which is I wouldn't. I'm not a criminal. I wouldn't. But the second half sounds quite like a lot of words. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for you, or it's something like that. I can't quite get it perfect at this moment in time. I'm not a criminal. But once you get something that you like, you can start to build around it. And I particularly like that opening of that chorus. Like, something like this. I'm not a criminal, yeah. I put a mystery to you. I'm not a criminal. So now that we've got an idea on the chorus, what we could do is we could build out that and we could take it there. I'm just going to retract myself from there because I've been going for about 10 minutes and I can't find anything really concrete. So I'm just going to pull myself out of that place, take me into the verse and then come back round. Because sometimes with songwriting that I can find is that if you sit in a place within the song, let's say for the verse or the chorus, and you just kind of continually play it over and over again, you end up getting a bit frustrated. You end up getting a little bit stuck. And if you just take yourself out of the equation and actually go somewhere else with the song, going back in can give you a fresh perspective. So I'm going to go for that verse. I'm going to look to keep the chords fairly simple. So we've got a G, we've got a D, we've got a B minor, and we've got an A. I know my reputation. It's not what you want. It's not what you need to be around me. I know my reputation. I know my reputation isn't quite perfect. I know my reputation isn't quite perfect. I know your friends, they talk about me like I'm just stuck in the desert. Maybe that's where the rhyme could fall in that verse. But in that verse, we're obviously talking about how this individual has a reputation for, you know, being a bad person in one way or another. And I'm not necessarily going to dive into what that reputation is. What is it specifically that this person has done at this point of the song? I'm just going to try and set the scene for the listener around that. Okay, so I've gone back and forth with this idea, and I've found a line that I like, which is, I know you're caught up in no man's land. Hesitation, 'cause of my reputation. I really like that, because if we look at the opening lyric, I know you're caught up in no man's land. That's basically saying, I don't know if I should go after you, I don't know if I should leave it. And this person has a hesitation to go after the person that they like because of their reputation. So that fits really nicely. I know you're caught up in no man's land. Yeah. Hesitation, 'cause of my reputation. And we've got a really nice rhyme with the reputation, hesitation. Flows really, really nicely. I know you're caught up in no man's land, yeah. Hesitation, 'cause of my reputation. I pray you're never gonna give it back. I pray you let the past. I pray you let the past be the past. Oh, okay. I know you're caught up in no man's land, yeah. Hesitation, 'cause of my reputation. I pray you let the past be the past. Oh, I like that. Again, that kind of compounds what it is we're trying to say. I know you're caught up in no man's land. Hesitation because of my reputation. But I pray you let the past be the past. Alright? Because the past has happened. That's not who I am. Let's just say it's from my perspective. I'm writing this song and it's not who I am anymore. That's not what I want to be. Now, we haven't got into the specifics of what the actual past is, what it is we're referring to, what it is that this person has done, but that's where we can then start to transition somewhere else into the pre-chorus. And that's the benefit of the plan and prep, is that when we plan and prepare the song to write, we're going to stick to one thing in each particular section, so we're not going to overlap the story. I know you're caught up in no man's land, yeah. Hesitation, 'cause of my reputation. I pray you let the past be the past. Move on, baby, 'cause I already have. I like that. I really like that. That last line in the lyric, if we're going to really get specific and we're going to start looking at it analytically, maybe that last line might be a little bit harsh. Move on, baby, 'cause I already have. 'Cause her concern is very valid, so it works, but it also sounds a little bit harsh. It's like she has these concerns, they're valid, so we don't want to necessarily say that she should just move on, but I think for the context of this song, I think it works okay. We could maybe go back later and tweak this, but for the purpose of the video, I'm going to stick with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you through that verse now lyrically, and I'll actually sing it to you so you can get some real context. I know you're caught up in no man's land, yeah. Hesitation, 'cause of my reputation. I pray you let the past be the past, yeah. Move on, baby, 'cause I already have. So now it's too soon to go to the chorus. If we were to go, move on, baby, 'cause I already have. I'm not a criminal. It wouldn't feel quite right. We haven't told enough story, and it also feels a little bit quick. So this is where I think a pre-chorus would be helpful for this song. A pre-chorus is the middle piece between a chorus and a verse. In most cases, they are great for a song like this, where we need to tell more story, but also it feels a little bit too quick to actually go to the chorus. Move on, baby, 'cause I already have, and now I don't know what happened. Move on, baby, 'cause I already have, and I don't know why we can't just be together till the end. I don't don't know why we can't just be bum 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 bum. And what I'm doing there, just for the context of you watching, I'm just increasing the phrasing. So I'm increasing the amount of syllables that are in the pre-chorus. That is a simple way to create contrast. That if you have a verse and a pre-chorus, you can just double the amount of words that you have in one particular section, which allows for that melodic contrast to take place. As I don't know, I've been thinking, I've been look, I thought, I don't know. So tell me why, 'cause I can be the only one but me. I've been thinking, move on baby, 'cause I already have. So why can't I be the one? You know I can be the one. I'm not sold on that melody. Okay. Move on baby, 'cause I already have. Send it down. Now here I don't want to forget that I'm talking about the mistakes that this person has made in the past. What are those mistakes? What is it that's given him a bad reputation? And I'm always looking at my plan and prep to actually refer back to what it is I'm trying to say. It's a little bit like having directions in the car. I'm always referring back to the directions of the map, or in this case, my plan and prep. Okay, so I've been going for about 10-15 minutes here now, and I've started to actually get some ideas. So I started to talk about, like I say, the mistakes that this person has made, what he has done, that has given the female caution, that has made the friends cautious of him and this reputation that he has. So this is what we have now. I know you're caught up in no man's land. Hesitation, 'cause of my reputation. I pray you let the past be the past. Move on baby, 'cause I already have. So now, no judgment, I swear no one nights with strangers that I just forget by sunrise. I really like that lyric. It really starts to build on the imagery and actually set the scene. So now, no judgment. So we're almost saying, like, let's start a clean slate. Now, no judgment, I swear no one nights. Okay, so this person, the male in this story, has, been having one nights with people. And that's basically what we're saying. So I swear no one night with strangers that I just forget by sunrise. That is incredible. I really like that imagery of the sunrise. And this person, in this particular instance, this male, almost, literally forgetting what's just happened and being caught up in this bubble of just being with different people at different times. And it starts to, like I say, build on that reputation that he has had in the past. Okay, starts to build as to why this female in this particular instance and her friends clearly have a reason to not trust this person and not want to have their friend go near him, right? Because he has this reputation to sleep around and do that kind of stuff, right? So they don't want to go near him, right? So now, no judgment, I swear no one nights with strangers that I just forget by sunrise. Yeah, I've been stupid. Yeah, I've been stupid. Yeah, I've been foolish. Forget by sunrise. Yeah, I've been foolish, but now for you, I won't. Yeah, I've been foolish, but for you, I won't lie. For you, I won't lie. I'm so close. I can feel it there. Sometimes you might have this when you're writing. You can feel it on the tip of your tongue, but you can't just quite get it right. So then you end up playing it, looping it over, which is absolutely fine if you're in that particular instance. Now, no judgment, I swear no one nights with strangers that I just forget by sunrise. Yeah, I've been foolish, but now I got nothing to hide. Now I got nothing to hide. Now it's starting to piece together quite well. Now obviously in between this recording I've been taking little breaks to actually build on the lyric, so it's not all come so quickly, but I'm able to find those lyrics because I know exactly what I'm trying to say. And as soon as you know what to say, everything becomes easier. And why would I need anyone else by my side? And why would I need anyone else by my side? Why would I need anyone else? So why would I need anyone else by my side? Got nothing to hide. Why would I need anybody else by my side? I don't necessarily want to go with that melody, because if I finish on a high note and the higher register of my vocal at the end of the pre-chorus, it's probably going to take away from the impact that the chorus will have melodically. So that's just a very quick note for you when you're writing a song. If you go into a pre-chorus and you're ending the note on a like very high note, or yeah, like up there, then to go into a chorus and start on the same note, it's not going to have that contrast that you want. So I want to make sure I finish this pre-chorus in the lower register of my vocal, so that then that chorus, I'm not a criminal, actually has some level of impact. So let's sing through what we actually have so far. I know you're caught up in no man's land, yeah. Hesitation, cause of my reputation, I pray you let the past be the past. Move on, baby, cause I already have. So now, no judgment, I swear no one nights with strangers that I just forget by sunrise. Yeah, I've been foolish, but now I got nothing to hide. Why would I need anyone else there yet by my side? Why would I need anyone else yet by my side? Why would I take this? Why would I take bronze when I got? Why would I take bronze when I got gold by my side? Oh yes, okay, let's try that. So now, no judgment, I swear no one nights with strangers that I just forget by sunrise. Yeah, I've been foolish, but now I got nothing to hide. Why would I take bronze when I got gold by my side? Oh, I'm not a criminal, yeah, I wouldn't mistreat you, yeah. Just put your faith in me, I'll be the... Oh, I'm loving that, That final line of that pre-chorus works really, really well. Why would I take bronze when I've got gold by my side? Woo! And here's a quick tip for you for lyrical writing. The reason I was able to actually just find that bronze and gold line very, very easily and very quickly is through a technique that we call relation writing. So for very simple context, if you think of a guitar, what do you relate to a guitar? Well, you've got guitar, you've got strings, you've got tuners, you've got the body, you know, you've got sound, you've got melody, all of these things. You've got A minor, you've got G. All of these things relate to the guitar. If I say bronze, what do you relate to bronze? Well, I think of the Olympics, so I think of silver and gold. So as soon as I just said, why would I take bronze? My mind, because I've got this embedded in my head, I was like, bronze, I relate it back to the Olympics, I relate gold. So then I was able to actually find that very, very quickly. It's a little bit like if I said to you, what do you relate to a cup or tea? You might say tea, you might say sugar, you might say sweet, you might say sour as an opposite. And all of these things come very, very easily because you have that technique of what we call relation writing. So that's what I wanted to share with you there, is what I used is what we call relation writing. That's why I was able to find that. Why would I take bronze when I got gold by my side? So I've been able to get this down from start to finish. I've added a little bit more on the chorus. I've just taken another 10 to 15 minutes away from the recording just to actually define this a little bit more, and then I'll take you through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know you're caught up in no man's land, yeah. Hesitation, cause of my reputation. I pray you let the past be the past. Move on, baby, cause I already have. So now, no judgment, I swear no one nights with strangers that I just forget by sunrise. Yeah, I've been foolish, but now I got nothing to hide. Why would I take bronze when I got gold by my side? Hey, I'm not a criminal, I wouldn't mistreat you. Just put your faith in me, I'll be the knight in shining armor that you need, yeah. That you need, my honey now. That you need, oh, that you need. Oh, cause I'm not a criminal, I wouldn't mistreat you. Just put your faith in me, I'll be the knight in shining armor that you need, yeah. That you need, my honey now. That you need, oh, that you need, oh. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump over to my screen, we're going to actually look through those lyrics, and we're going to look at how we've been able to create them, how we use the plan and prep. We're going to leave it there in terms of the song. I'm not going to then build out verse 2 and go all through it, because you get a good idea to how I've been able to build that, how some of those ideas came to me, and how I was able to build out that song. You've been through the process, you've seen me actually write the song, and now I wanted to bring you back over here just to actually walk through the lyrics and what they look like, how they read, and what we've actually done. So if you remember, and we look back at our plan and prep of the song, and we just want to make sure that we've actually delivered as we want to. So verse 1 is telling the listener how the female is feeling and what she's thinking about me. She's in two minds. So what we've said is, I know you're caught up in no man's land. So what we're doing here, it's a slight change. We're talking from the perspective of me. Okay, so we're basically saying, I know you're caught up in no man's land, which is alluding to how she's in two minds, right? So we do talk about that. We talk about what it is. It's hesitation because of my reputation. Or we could just do it like this. We can use some different wording, okay, for the sake of the song. Hesitation because of my reputation. And then it's about me. I pray you let the past be the past. Move on, baby, because I already have. So on the most part, I'm quite happy with this. It sticks to what I'm trying to deliver, and it delivers a story very well. It builds a bit of imagery of this female but being caught up in no man's land. I really like that. I like the idea of I pray, and also the hesitation and reputation line. I think that is really, really solid. And now we go into the pre-chorus. And the pre-chorus from our plan and prep was about me promising to her that I'm not going to be like I was in the past. There we go. So what we do here is we talk about what it is specifically that the male, the I point of view, what is it that's being done, that's giving her the trust issues, that's making her friends doubt and not trust in me. Okay, so it's now no judgment. And then we start to get into the what. It's the no one nights. All right, so we're getting into the specifics. We're strangers that I just forget by sunrise. Right? And then we've also got this here that continues on, which we're going to explore in a minute. But I just want to talk about what we've done. So again, we've got clear on what it is that the reputation is all about. What I also really like about this line is we create imagery. The forget by sunrise, because you can imagine this idea of the sun rising, and it just creates that beautiful picture for the listener. Then we continue on. Yeah, I've been foolish, but now I've got nothing to hide. Why would I take bronze when I've got gold by my side? I in particular really, really like this. And I was talking about relation writing and how I actually come up with this lyric, relation writing. And the simple concept of that is, if you have, let's say I've got a cup next to me in my studio. So if you say cup and you think of all the things that relate, you've got sugar, you've got sweet, you've got sour, because that relates to sweet, and you can start to build out this imagery and all things that relate. So you can then start to say, girl, you're so sweet. And that's how we're able to build out some lyrics just off this concept of relation writing. And that's how I was able to do this. I basically found that lyric of bronze, I related it back to the Olympics, that came to me in my mind, and then I thought, okay, silver, gold, and gold is the best award that you can win at the Olympics. So I was like, okay, why would I take bronze when I've got gold by my side? And then finally, just into that chorus. So the chorus is designed to be very simplistic in the most part. We were always going to use this line because I felt this is what was needed in that chorus. So we already had one line of the chorus. So I'm not a criminal, I wouldn't mistreat you, just trust me. That's what we were saying. And we said that slightly differently. I'm not a criminal, I wouldn't mistreat you, just put your faith in me. Then we go a level further. I'll be your knight, or I'll be the knight in shining armor. I'll be I'll be your knight in shining armor that you need. Okay? Or actually I would say, I'll be the knight in shining armor that you need. Yeah, that's much better. So, and then we go from there, that you need my honey now, that you need. So we just use some repetition. I think we times that by 2. And that is just ultimately to create a hook. That's all we're trying to do when we do this section here. We're just repeating. It's not focused about the story, but it's more about creating hooks. But the lyric I really like here is, I'll be the knight in shining armor. And again, it just, when you think of that, you already think of an image. It already sounds poetic. It already sounds descriptive, lyrically intriguing, shall we say. So where you can, try and push the lyric, but on the most part, you'll find that the chorus is typically more simplistic lyrically, and the verse is where we tend to build out the imagery, but that's not always the case. But what we've been able to do is make the chorus a lot easier to write, because we had already found this one line here from a 6-word story, or just, it's a little bit over 6 words. But you can see how we've just leveraged that as the opening line of our chorus, and then we've built out the song from there. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button somewhere around this video. Go ahead and take away some of these key tips that I'm sharing with you of the songwriting process that I use, so you can implement them into your songwriting. I've also got a completely free training in the description below, which is how to write a great song, but also then how to pitch it and monetize it. So if you want to learn how to do that stuff, go ahead, click that and register for that training. I've been Danny Boyle here, founder of Songwriters International. I hope you found the video useful, and go and write some really awesome songs.